You understand English when you listen to it. You can follow stories, videos, and simple conversations without much effort. The meaning feels clear in your mind, and the words seem familiar. But when it is time to speak, your voice stays quiet, and the sentence does not appear. This situation is common. This situation is normal. Many people stay in this state for a very long time, sometimes for years. It does not mean that something is wrong with you. It does not mean that you are not capable. It means that your English first learned how to stay silent and understand. Understanding English and speaking English are not the same kind of skill. Understanding works quietly inside your head. It does not need attention from other people. It does not need speed or courage. You listen, and the meaning comes to you. No one is waiting for your response. No one is watching your face. There is no pressure in this moment. Your brain feels safe, and it calmly connects sound with meaning. This calm space allows understanding to grow strong over time. Speaking English lives in a very different space. When you speak, sound must leave your body. Words must take shape in your mouth. Air must move, and time becomes real. Other people are present, and silence becomes visible. In this moment, your .m brain works much harder than before. It looks for words, checks their order, listens to their sound, and searches memory at the same time. All of this happens in one small moment, and it can feel heavy. Because of this difference, understanding often grows much faster than speaking. This is not a problem, and it is not a mistake. It is a natural difference between receiving language and producing language. The human brain can receive much more than it can produce. Even in your first language, you understand more than you ever say out loud. In a new language, this gap feels larger and closer to your sense of self. Many English words live in a passive place inside you. You recognize them easily when you hear them. You know what they mean, and they feel familiar and safe. But they are not ready to move on their own. They are stored as meaning, not as action. When you want to use one of these words, it can feel far away. The word is not lost, but it stays quiet. The idea is clear, but the sentence is not ready. Time also plays an important role in this experience. Thoughts move very quickly inside your head. Speech moves much more slowly. Meaning can appear in one instant, but speaking needs many small steps. Between these two speeds, silence often appears. This silence is not empty, even if it looks empty from the outside. Inside, your brain is busy, but the result does not arrive in time. Emotion adds another layer to this situation. Understanding English can stay hidden because no one can see how much you understand. Speaking English shows your level to the world. It shows your pauses, your limits, and your accent. This kind of exposure can feel unsafe. Even calm people feel this tension, and even confident people feel it. The body reacts before the mind has time to explain what is happening. Because of this reaction, quiet often feels safer than speech. Silence feels controlled and stable. The brain chooses silence without asking you directly. This choice is not weakness. It is a form of protection. It keeps stress lower and helps the body stay calm in social moments. Over time, this pattern can become familiar. English becomes clear and rich inside your head, but soft and limited outside. You may hear English every day. You may understand meetings, films, and conversations. Still, your answers stay short, or they stay inside you. This state can last for a long time, and it can feel like being ready and not ready at the same time. Another part of this state comes from inner language. Many learners keep their first language active inside their mind. Thoughts appear there first, and only then move into English. This movement takes time and creates a delay. The moment for speaking passes before the sentence arrives. Inside your mind, this delay feels small. Outside, it becomes silence. There is also rhythm to consider. Every language has its own natural flow. English often uses short units, clear stress, and a simple order of words. If your inner rhythm is different, speaking English can feel heavy. It does not feel wrong, but it feels slow. Your mouth and body need time to learn this new movement. Understanding does not need this kind of training, but speaking does. Memory works differently when sound is involved. When you listen, sound comes to you already formed. When you speak, sound must be created from nothing. This creation needs space and calm. When there is pressure, sound often hides. The brain closes access to it to protect itself. This reaction is not failure. It is a natural response to stress. Many people believe that speaking will appear naturally after enough understanding. Sometimes this happens, but often it does not. Understanding can grow very far on its own. Speaking waits for a different condition. It waits for a slower and quieter space where sound feels safe. This gap between understanding and speaking can feel painful. You know that there is more inside you, and you can feel it clearly. But what comes out stays simple. This creates a strange feeling, where you may feel smaller in English than in your own language. You may feel less precise or less sharp, not because you are, but because the language limits expression for a while. This feeling can touch your sense of identity. In your first language, you feel complete and natural. In English, you may feel younger and simpler. This difference creates distance, and distance creates silence. It is not dramatic silence. It is a quiet habit that grows slowly over time. Nothing is broken in this process. Everything works exactly as it was built. Understanding trained itself through listening and exposure. Speaking waited quietly. It stayed asleep. Sleep is not absence. Sleep is rest and preparation. When speaking begins to wake up, it does not arrive loudly. It does not arrive fully formed. It appears in small and simple pieces. Sentences may be short, and pauses may feel long inside. This stage can feel uncomfortable and exposed, but it is still part of the same system that created strong understanding. Fluency is not about speed. Fluency is about movement with space. It is about allowing sound to exist with pauses and breath. Understanding already knows this space well. Speaking is slowly learning it. Clear speech is not complex speech. Clear speech is speech that can exist without fear. Fear slows sound and tightens the body. Calm allows sound to move more freely. This calm does not appear suddenly. It grows slowly and quietly over time. Many people reach a moment when something shifts inside them. A sentence leaves the mouth without effort. It is not perfect, but it is real. Nothing special happens around this moment. There is no sign and no noise. Inside, something opens just a little. After that, more moments appear. They do not come in a straight line, and they do not come every day. But they come often enough to change how silence feels. Silence becomes lighter, and words begin to trust the way out. Understanding stays ahead, and it always will. This is natural and human. Speaking follows at its own pace, without drama and without force. It moves slowly but steadily. This state you are in is not the end of learning. It is not a mistake. It is a balance between quiet understanding and waiting speech. Over time, this balance shifts gently, without noise and without effort. And English becomes not only something you understand inside your mind, it becomes something that can exist outside, in sound, in pauses, in calm.